Wandering Beast here, and we're kind of on our way out. I wanted to stop this morning before I hit the highway and give you guys, a front end update. We've talked a lot about it over a few different reviews for lighting and whatnot, but I get a lot of questions on how is the Move bumper doing, how is the coating holding up, do you use the winch, all those sort of questions, and honestly the answer is yes to all of them. Now I will tell you that my biggest surprise was the fact that when I put this winch together over a year ago, I used some self-etching primer and I used the Rust-Oleum truck bed liner spray. It was going to be something quick and easy, because if you remember from that video, what I have plans for is 2 towers, and then I want to run a bar around the corner, one so that gives me a little bit more front end deer protection for the radiator, always needed out here, especially because right now they're starting their migration season and they're running across the highway like crazy people. But 2, that's going to give me an opportunity to run a limb riser. A limb riser is that small cable that's going to come up and go to the top to this nose cone that I'm going to have fabricated a little mount that's going to be kind of an exoskeleton for that front fiberglass. It's going to provide protection for the max air fan. The solar panels up top is sort of a ninja bar for tree branches. That limb riser is going to be connected to that, and then we're also going to get some pretty substantial off-road lights. I'm looking for at least like a 9-inch round, maybe 4 of them across the top, something that's really going to blow people away and get that look and have off-road performance, as well as hopefully finding it in an economical package. I would love some Baja 9s if you're watching out there, but Baja Design makes some fantastic stuff. I just can't afford it. So, not sure what we're going to end up there. There's some great companies make some cool products out there, and we'll see down the road. So that's kind of where that's at, but that's part of the reason I didn't have the Move bumper powder coated. The powder coating process would just have to be scraped off while we built and fabricated the other front half of this bumper. And honestly, the coating on this has been phenomenal. There's barely any rust anywhere. There's a few spots where I've modified it a little bit for some of the lighting tests, as well as where like the recovery hook comes on. But guys, Move bumpers, I love it. It gives me a peace of mind with everything that's up front, knowing that I have a solid attachment point, knowing that I have a little bit more approach angle, that front tire. One of the biggest questions I get is, are you 4-wheel drive? And the answer is no, I'm not 4-wheel drive. I do have a Dana 60 axle at my property waiting for, well, more money. And the time when maybe Dirt Road Garage can start doing that front conversion to 4-wheel drive. And then that will get me a little bit more down the road. Hopefully we can get that first part set up, get the suspension done, and then we'd look at the transfer case and the transmission modification maybe after fire season. That's kind of my hope. The other thing the Move bumpers does is it gives you guys an opportunity to try something you haven't done. Look at Donald for Soft Road in the West. He bought himself a welder and taught himself how to weld. Some of this is not difficult stuff. Now, if you're worried about recovery points and hard parts where your winch is going to be recovered, you can always maybe take that to a fabricator, have those done. Take the whole thing to a fabricator, and I think you're still going to be cheaper than picking up a $2,000 bumper from some of the companies out there. And also remember, there is a bolt-on version. I think they're somewhat limited to the vehicles that the bolt-on series does fit. But check out the links. There is a discount code. I'll put it down here, obviously. A lot of you guys have been using that, and I'm happy as all heck to see you guys out there. Some of you have sent some private pictures of them. A lot of them have been on vans, but obviously you guys can use the coupon for whatever vehicle you're running. Now, the other big thing about running this bumper setup was having the ability to have a winch. Now, Ironman America 4x4 was new to me. And other than the price point, I was a bit skeptical about using a lower end budget friendly winch. Now I know that Ironman has a long history of their products in Australia. They're somewhat new to the American market from what I can see. And honestly, so far I have been super happy with it. Now, saying that, I have not had to recover this bus with it. I have used it mostly on downed trees. I have one vehicle recovery that I've used this for, and I got 0 footage of it. And it was because where it was on that road was kind of a turn. It was in winter. I could have easily used the kinetic rope, but I would have had to cross lanes, and I didn't want to make it a surprise for the traffic that was coming down the mountain to see me halfway stretched across the road. I didn't have any support. There wasn't the ability to close the road down for a second while I cleared her. So we used the winch. It was the quickest, easiest way and safest way to get her back on the road. She just ended up in the ditch. The Subarus don't have a lot of clearance, and she was hung up on the bottom. So we got her pulled back on the road. She went on her way. There was no damage. We opened up the road, back up the mountain, and that was it. But I got zero footage of it. Now, saying that, I don't hesitate to come out here in the winter. I have two-wheel drive with a little more clearance, as we talked about, hopefully four-wheel drive soon. But last night we were looking for a campsite, and there was a section where I wanted to turn around, and I went for it. I went down and got on the throttle and kind of spun it around. And honestly, I thought I was going to have to use a lot of these recovery points out here. It would have made a great video at night with the snow coming down. However, this old girl pulled right out of it. So still to this day, not that I've tried to get stuck on purpose, I'm sure I could. There was even a hill climb last night, which I'll probably put in part of the photo, that I wanted to get the bus going up this little hill climb. Well, I didn't realize it was a false hill. As soon as I turned at the top, it kept going. It was this deep, gullied, washed out, undulated road, and I needed to keep my momentum. It took me about 3 minutes to get all the way to the top to get to turn around, and then I had to come back for you guys, the camera. So I had plans to go up that road, and I would love to have shown that to you, but it just would have taken so much time and momentum and tearing up the ground that I didn't want to make that run again. But honestly, she made it up there, and she made it back down. So till this day, I have not had a chance to use that. Now, saying that, who knows? I'm sure I will have someday where I have to use this, but right now the Ironman winch has worked great for down trees and helping up a few other people. So for those of you guys that have been asking, yes, I'm still very happy with this winch setup. Other than that, we're going to have the lighting review here of the Last Fit fog lights coming up here soon. Still really happy with the bar that they gave me, and yeah, this is kind of a front end update, give you guys kind of a what's going on with the bus. I'm hoping to get the four-wheel drive, or at least the nose conversion, maybe even a rear locker before fire season. I don't know if I'm going to accomplish all of those things just for, money reasons. We all go through the same things, don't we? But I hope you guys have been well. Let me know what you guys want to see on this build, and we will see you down the road.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.